Hello, my name's Gabby.
I'm Charlotte.
And this is our last affordable car. So if you're in the market for something that's good on gas, good on features, good on price points, and looks pretty good too, check out the Kia Forte while it's still hot. Right, Charlotte?
Definitely.
Now in today's video, we're not just going to talk about why this is our last affordable vehicle, we're also going to give you a full and complete walkthrough of the interior, exterior technology, and of course the powertrain. So without further ado, should we get right into it?
Let's get right into it.
Okay, and if you're watching this wondering, what do you mean this is your last affordable car? Isn't Kia known for making affordable vehicles? Well, yes, a lot of our vehicles are still on the more affordable side of things in their lower trim levels, and they still have a ton of great value, but when it comes to an entry-level car, so think a compact vehicle, sedan, something like the Forte we have here, that's going to change in the next coming years. So let's talk about the Forte while it's still at its most affordable price point and lowest in our lineup of cars. So I personally drive the Kia Forte. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful car, packed with great tech and safety features, and it's really cheap for me to maintain and own.
So this truly is Gabby approved. We're not just saying it for the video.
Yes, no, seriously, it's Gabby approved. I bought one myself. I didn't have to, but I did. And I love it. So let's take a look at this one. This is a EX Premium trim, which sits higher in the trim level lineup. It's not turbocharged or anything, so you still get the naturally aspirated engine that I'll talk about in a bit, but it comes with a little bit more advanced safety functions, so let's talk about that. On the front bumper and front grille area, we have a nice clean look. It's very much a classic looking vehicle, which is something I really do like, but it still has a sporty edge. It doesn't look basic or boring. We have beautiful LED headlights. Right now you can see our daytime running lights. I'll turn the full headlight unit on so you guys can check out the full look. Also turn off the AC.
And if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe to the Kia Hyundai channel if you haven't done so, because these videos are live streamed, which means
they're live streamed.
It's a one-take wonder. Everything you see, that's what you get.
Yes, and I will say our floors are very slippery today, so if you watch till the end, maybe you'll see us fall down. That may be a good reason to stay.
Yeah.
If you don't want to know all the Kia tips and tricks, that's a good reason. Okay, under the hood, here's a 2-liter inline four-cylinder. You're going to get 147 horsepower out of this powertrain. It's definitely not a rocket ship.
What you going to do with all that horse?
Oh, it's completely unbridled too. That's the thing I love about this car. It's just straight up raw power. Okay, no, seriously, it's an efficient vehicle. It has plenty of passing power. You're not going to win races, but you will save at the fuel pump, which is quite nice, and it just takes regular unleaded gas. So 147 horse with 132 pound-feet of torque. Again, crazy numbers. Now, when it comes to the transmission, it's an IVT, so a lot of people hear VT and get scared because of what Nissan did in the past. But let me tell you, the IVT stands for Intelligent Variable Transmission. It has simulated gear ratios that feel like a regular car. So it doesn't have those weird snappy moments or rubber band-like feels where it's just droning and droning and droning. It's truly convincing and it's more efficient, so very, very smooth. That's about what's going on under the hood. Let's take another look at the front bumper and the light setup. So I have our full headlight system on. You can see everything on this trim level is an LED, and you do not have to go all the way up to the EX Premium to get LEDs. You only have to go up to the EX Plus. So not bad there if you want a safety function that a lot of our North American consumers like. You don't really have to jump to the highest trim. I love that, especially when you're trying to ball on a budget. The very center of the car, we have our radar plate just underneath the plate bracket there, and that's going to be utilized for forward collision avoidance. Now, when you move to this trim level, you get advanced forward collision avoidance, meaning it also works for pedestrians and cyclists, regardless of what else is going on the road. Regular forward collision avoidance is more so for just vehicles, so other cars. We're also going to get smart cruise control. Sorry, I was messing up my words a little bit. Again, these are live streamed.
Thinking about the ice cream cone in the fridge.
Yeah, guys, I have to be so honest with you guys. Right before our live stream started, the ice cream truck came and parked right in front of the dealership, and I got ice cream. And that was at, what, 1:59?
Yeah, so if you're wondering why today's video is a little late.
Yeah. All right, for wheels, we get these beautiful alloys. Again, something I love to see on this vehicle is the fact that we actually get alloys. There's no steel wheels with covers. It's just a nice, clean look, and again, makes the vehicle look a little bit more luxe. Here's another underrated, I guess, just design element on this car. So this was changed for the 2022 model year when the Forte got a slight refresh. But in the headlight unit itself, oh, it's okay, Charlotte, we probably can't hear it.
I can.
Oh, okay. Wrong way. Sorry, guys. So in the headlight unit itself, you can see this kind of geometric design, so integrated into the casing. And then we got a nice little, almost zigzag, hiding your ambers or your marker lights. That is a nice chrome element. You get body-colored mirrors with turn signal indicators and a little bit of black on the bottom. And then your trim pieces around your windows are, again, that nice chrome finish. If you're not a fan of the classic car look and prefer something a little bit more sporty, there is the Kia Forte GT line and the GT Limited, which has a turbocharged engine on top of that. And it just kind of changes up the appearance of the vehicle, makes it look a little bit more edgy, and the interior also changes as well too. So check out our videos on that if you'd like. The taillights of this vehicle, full LED right around the back, Forte badging on the left, Kia badging right up here in a nice almost pressed-like material, aluminum color, and an actual trunk release, which we love to see. You don't have to do it on the key fob itself. Now for trunk space, again, I personally own a Forte, same size, and it's huge. The only issue I ever have is the opening. So if you're putting something in here that just doesn't fit in the opening, good luck. But if it does fit and you have a ton of usable space to work with, there is no tire, spare tire, with the Kia Forte, but there is room for it. So if you are someone who prefers the peace of mind, you can certainly put one there. The vehicle itself comes with a mobility kit. Let's close that up. Take a look at the diffuser of the rear bumper. So a lot of gloss black, lower marker lights and lower reverse lights, but still completely visible. And yeah, any questions so far about the exterior, Shar?
Here's a question. K4.
Yes, K4.
It's not really a question, it's more of a statement.
Should I dish a little bit about what I know?
Yes.
Okay, so the K4 is not replacing the Forte. So it's not like the Forte is just getting renamed and redesigned. It's actually gonna be way closer in size to the Kia K5 that we've seen outgoing this past year. So it's a much bigger vehicle, and price point wise, it's gonna be a jump. So the Kia Forte was known as our, you know, I shouldn't say cheap and cheerful, but just a more affordable vehicle that you can get a performance version of, or you can get completely basic, but still all your favorite features.
Very
like heated
versatile.
seats. Yeah, very versatile car. There's truly a trim line for everyone. But the K4 is gonna be quite a bit more pricey. You do get the option of a hatchback again, which we did see with the Forte. But again, we haven't seen them yet, so we don't know the pricing for sure. We haven't been able to see the vehicles side by side either, but this is all the stuff I've been hearing.
K4 is definitely bigger.
Way bigger.
Definitely, it looks like previous gen Optima.
Yeah. It's
size-wise, not design.
It's going to be a little tricky with the Elantra as well too, because the Elantra is going to have a better price point, and the K4, but the K4 will be bigger. It's going to have the latest tech, so there's going to be advantages and disadvantages for either.
It'll be a good comparison.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as we do get our hands on one physically, of course we're going to film it. We'll compare it against the Elantra. We'll try to compare it against a Forte too, just so we can see everything and compare it all. So if that's not a reason to subscribe, I don't know what is. Now, also on the topic of ownership and price point, 26.
My next question.
26,295.
Q8.
Yeah, 26,295 Canadian. I can tell you when it comes to fuel consumption, you can actually see this vehicle do a bunch of different numbers. So it's rated at 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers combined. I drive mostly city. Actually, I drive a perfect combination. So I'm about 20 minutes in the city, 20 minutes on the highway. That's my commute to work. And my vehicle is reading at 6.1 right now. Guys, that is amazing. It used to be,
read it and weep.
Yeah, it used to be 7.8 all the time because I was flooring it. So I've made some recent changes to my lifestyle, not to brag. And you can get a lot out of this car if you are, you know, reasonable with it. Now, with that being said, maintenance, I haven't done any brake services yet. My car is almost at 70,000 kilometers. You know, so I've done oil changes, do a ton of those because all the driving I do, and gas, and that's all. So it's been really cheap for maintenance. And also proximity key entry. Woohoo, woohoo. All right, with that, shall we switch?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I've seen a couple people asking for some different comparisons. You know, some people are asking for Forte 5 versus Seltos. We haven't had a Forte 5 in a really long time, so that's why we haven't really been able to focus too much on that vehicle. But also, when it comes to K4 hatchback, can be expecting that probably about a year after the K4 sedan arrives. That's kind of what they're projecting for timeline. So a couple of those there. K4 versus Stinger is another one I saw, which was interesting. We'll see. And let's take a look at the driver's side door in true Kia Hyundai fashion. So of course you can see your speakers that we've got here. We've got some dirt. That's the brand for Kia exclusive. You gotta pay extra for that, don't worry.
Don't worry, you guys, we are a real dealership, and if you do buy a car from us, we'll make sure it's detailed.
It'll be beautifully detailed.
The marketing budget just does not allow detail.
It's just too low, and that's okay. But when it comes to some of the controls that we do have on here, you do have electronically adjustable mirrors. You can see your tab there to switch between them, lock, unlock, and of course regular automatic windows with an express and obstacle detecting for the driver, which is very nice. Other than that, you've got more regular storage pockets, bottle holders, storage down there, and of course more on the side too. And then when it comes to our seats, they are a cloth seat and they are set it and forget it. So that's right, you've got 6-way manual. You can still adjust it. You can pump it up and down, and you can adjust your amount of recline too. On this side, I really like the look of the Forte. I really do think it's that classic sedan look while still keeping some sportier accents. And I think that the venting in this vehicle really has to do with it. When it's, circular like this, very airplane-esque, makes me feel like I'm in the cockpit of a plane, but really it's just a really cool Kia Forte. Over here, you do have your brightness adjuster. You've also got your blind spot, blind spot detection and disabling traction control over here too. Gabby, do you want to come around to the side and you can show what the seats look like in all their glory?
Yeah, for sure. So moving up to the EX Premium trim, you get a couple more, I guess, preferred functions. So you get the integrated smart key that has not even remote smart park. Oh my goodness, you guys, sorry. It has remote start. So you can, of course, start your car before you get in, and also Kia Connect, which is our telematics system giving you app access to your car. And of course, the beautiful proximity key. Love this function. Hey, Charlotte.
You talked about the key?
Yes.
And that's got integrated remote start?
Yes.
Woo!
And then I'll just quickly show the seat. So while these are cloth seats, if you go up one trim level, you do get the leatherette. But I will say these cloth seats, they do not get as hot in the summer, which is nice. They heat up way quicker in the winter with the heated seat function. And they're not boring. You get some white stitching and some white piping in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. Love the fact that, like you said, we've got heated seats for myself and Gabby, and there's actually a decent amount of tech and safety features going on. So I think it's best that I start with the steering wheel. So steering wheel in and of itself, it's leather wrapped and it's heated, which is great, especially for Canadian winters. On this side, you're going to have what I like to call your media control, so various media modes, a favorites button you can set, and your virtual assistant. And then over here is more so going to be those driving controls, like access to your cruise control, your lane following distance, your lane keep assist. All of those smart features that Gabby mentioned on the exterior are all accessible through here. And of course, on your screen too, you have a 4.2-inch screen right there, but also you can use this little notes icon and you can cycle through the various different features.
Show me the notes icon.
Notes icon right there. Whee! And then using the toggles, you can cycle through everything too. So the drive info, your accumulated info, your since refueling, and this is where you're going to see how the vehicle performs with you driving it. Because like Gabby said, depending on the changes that you make in your driving style, the vehicle is going to perform differently in the fuel economy department. From here, again, access your driver's assistance, so see more of those smart cruise control if you want to adjust it, your warning volume, driver's attention warning, your blind spot safety, all of that can be changed into an active alert or an active assist from right here too. So really everything the driver could need, you can do it from the steering wheel.
It's a true driver's car?
It's a true driver's car. It's for the driving experience, obviously. You do have TPMS when it comes to your wheels as well, so when the vehicle is in motion, you can see that. We do have an analog tach and an analog speedometer, but you do have the option for a digital one in the center, as I mentioned. If you go, yeah, there it was, down to the bottom. So if you want that, you can have it there. If anyone's curious as to why we've got some lights on the dash right now, it's because the vehicle's in accessory mode, so that is why it's lit up like a Christmas tree. Over here, you do have your 8-inch infotainment screen, and I've got to ask you a question. You guys see any wires?
Hold on.
Because I don't. Oh, buddy. That's right. So we are operating with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto in this vehicle, and we also have a wireless phone charger, so it truly is a wireless experience, which is really nice. That also means that you can stream mine and Gabby's podcast, Trunk Talk. Do you really need an SUV?
Do you?
No. We're in a sedan right now. You can stream it completely wirelessly from your favorite devices. Like I said, this is an 8-inch screen. You do have a map here which will connect to, that's not my address. So if anyone's thinking it's my address, it's not. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it's near anyway.
It's not.
No, it said that.
Oh, okay.
Near.
Thank you. But if anyone is curious, this vehicle, it does not have navigation, but when you do have CarPlay connected, it will jump up to bring you your preferred maps, which is something I think is really neat. And then from the screen, you can, of course, access all of your quick controls, like making a phone call, your media, and then also vehicle setup too. So device connections, display, general, which is going to show you software update if you need to change time, anything along those lines, can do so from there. You can also hit here. This is going to give you all of your menu screens, and some things I will mention is valet mode and quiet mode. Valet mode, we have done a video on it and it's pretty darn cool. So maybe I'll link that down below for you guys if you want to learn more about it. But then you also have quiet mode, which will dampen the rear speakers, which is nice because this is a smaller vehicle. And that way you can focus more on the music or anything coming up through here.
Driver aspect.
Yeah, the driver aspect. Thank you. You do have Kia Connect in this vehicle as well, which is Kia's telematics system, so your smartphone integration. And there's a lot of things that you can do with Kia Connect, like you can set your climate control to a specific temperature. You can see where your vehicle shows on maps, everything along those lines. And it is free for the first 3 years. So there you go. Down here, I love, again, that you're going to have a real mix of dials and buttons. So favorites button setup, jump you to all of those controls as I showed in here. And like I said, this is a good use of piano black too. Everything is framed in piano black, but it's not so much of a fingerprint magnet that it just looks good. It looks very appealing.
Subtle, yeah.
Yeah, you can adjust your venting here, hazards, and then down below you do have climate control, and it's dual zone climate control, so I can set mine to mine, Gabby can have hers to hers. You also have your front and rear defrost, adjust your fan speed, recirculated air, everything along those lines. Down below you can see we've got our wireless phone charger, and then if you do want to operate with any type of wired connectivity, you do have a USB to do so. Then you also have another one for charging, and then also a 12 volts. Great amount of storage space down here for any change or anything that you want to keep a little bit more, I guess, hidden somewhat. And then leather top gear shift, heated seats, heated steering wheel, and your various drive modes. So this is a IVT transmission, as Gabby already went through, and so this is going to change those artificial shift points in the vehicle just on, it depends on the drive mode too. Sporty is going to make it a little bit more sportier, a little bit more increased throttle response, a little bit more fun, but not as great for your fuel economy, whereas smart mode is going to do a mix between normal and sport, depending on the type of driving that you're doing. Down here, electronic parking brake and also auto hold, which will hold the vehicle at a full and complete stop. If you bring it to one, you can actually take your foot off of the gas and it'll hold you there. Good spot here for phone, cup holders, decent amount of space in here. How much stuff can you fit in there?
Oh, there's a lot of things in my car.
Oh,
Should we go take a look?
Gabby's car tour.
We should do car tours of our personal vehicles without any warning.
No,
just like,
that's so criminal. You do have a sunglass holder in this vehicle, so that's the real reason why Gabby bought this car, obviously.
yes. Honestly, okay, our most premium vehicles don't even have sunglass holders.
Yeah, Telluride doesn't.
Yeah, something we would like to see on the K4 for sure, but...
Kia Canada, if you're watching this, change your manufacturing process and add a sunglass holder if one hasn't been included.
Yep.
Sunroof! You do have a sunroof. Go back a little bit more too. It's one touch, which is great. You got lights.
LED interior lighting too.
Woo! You got visors with lights. That's how Gabby does her makeup on her way to work every single day.
Hey.
And that pretty much wraps up what we have up here. Do you want to show the glove box?
Sure. Okay. Oh, sorry. I was looking on the screen. Okay. Very deep glove box. I mean, I fit all my stuff in there, which means you probably can't too. All right, let's take a look at the back.
So backseat review, something I do like is how they've included some of the same design elements in the seating, even back here. So I think that's really cool. I'm gonna unbutton this. And then you can also see that you have a drop-down armrest with cup holders in it. And across these 3 seats, you do have mounts for car seat tethers, and then you do have lower latch anchors as well for anyone who's looking for this vehicle if they have a family or you have kids in car seats. I also like how you've got rear air vents. This is a huge thing for me because even though this is a smaller vehicle, it is important to get proper air circulation, and I love that this is included. It's one of my non-negotiable features when it comes to vehicles, if I'm being honest. You also have a USB down here too, so you still have those same amenities, which I really like. You have one net pocket with some stretch, and when it comes to a center hump, not too bad. It's actually decently flat, so I can sit here pretty comfy. Obviously, don't put your tallest person back here, but decent amount of space. This seat is all the way back, so you can see what it looks like. So if I was taller, obviously my knees are going to be hitting here, but Gabby, have you put tall people in the back before?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Thank you.
Like,
So
I'm
helpful.
usually the driver whenever my friends and I go somewhere, and I don't really give any preference for a shotgun, so
Love that.
let's put
Keeping it real.
tall people back there.
Yeah. They can deal with it.
No, it is a spacious car, that's for sure. It really comes down to, obviously, if there's someone tall in the back, don't have your seat all the way back. Just
Common courtesy, people.
100%. Do you want to do the Q&A in the car?
Sure, let me close this if anyone wants to see a side of what the body lines look like.
This
Chiropractor.
pink color is called Snow White Pearl, and of course in our video bay it doesn't really show up as a pearly white, but it absolutely is, so lots of nice sparkle in the sunlight.
Definitely.
Headlights are always, I really like the Kia Fortes, I guess just front
Really?
profile. It
I'm
looks really
shocked.
And yeah, lots of dark elements. You guys can see headlights look good, very sharp, and I can attest for the actual real world implementation of them. I think they do a great job. They're definitely one of those headlights where you get blinded by someone else. They're driving a Kia Forte with LEDs. That's what they're driving.
Real. Do you want to sit front seat or back seat?
It doesn't matter. But yeah, you can see a little bit of pearlness over there. Very, very nice wheels. I don't think I mentioned the size, but they are 17-inch alloys. And this wheel design is shared with the previous trim level as well too. All right, let's hop in. But this, I think this is such a subtle feature, but wow, what a beautiful thing to have, especially in Canada. If you're wearing a jacket and you put your key into your first base layer, and then you put multiple sweaters or whatever on top of that.
Proximity key?
Yeah, you just press that, lets you in. It's really nice. Okay. Also, just what a nice, simple yet technical gauge display.
And customizable too.
It's the little things.
It's the little things in life.
Okay, one thing I will say, it's not live stream approved. I don't know where to put this.
It's not pregnancy approved either. Y'all should have seen me rolling out of this thing.
Do you want to hold
I'll
it?
hold it, yeah,
Okay.
don't worry.
All right. I can't see anything. Trash car, don't buy it if you want reliability. Let me fight you on that, I guess.
Oh, scrap. Yeah, throw hands.
I've had this exact car, same motor, same everything for how long now? You're my business manager.
Well, when you technically bought it or when you started driving it?
Anyway, I'm about 70,000 kilometers deep into my car. And
it's been over 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a really great car. It's my third Kia, and I still have my second Kia too. And I think if you maintain your car, you can really make them last.
Yeah, and you're a high mileage driver too.
Yeah, high mileage driver and a hard on equipment driver. So
yeehaw.
I really put it to its test. All 147 horses. Let's see. Have you?
Okay.
Anyway.
What was your previous Kia vehicle?
It was a 2013, it is a 2013 Kia Optima. So my brother drives that now.
It's your showpiece.
Yeah, that's my showpiece. That's my weekend car, you guys.
This is just the daily.
My sister has a Kia Forte and she says it's a great car. Thanks,
Yeah, definitely. Nice. My husband drives a 2014 Kia Forte with over 200,000 kilometers, and you better believe that thing is still kicking.
Yeah.
Still got lots of life left in it. I love that car.
We're actually planning on doing something with that car. Do you want to share?
So, in April, because this is how long this has been going on, is we ceramic coated half of my husband's car because he works in an area where there is a lot of carbon offset, and his car looks nasty 24/7. So we ceramic coated half of it, washed it, put it on, and we're gonna see if ceramic coating is really worth it.
Yep.
So that's a video we've got coming down the pipeline.
Let's see. Does it have LED lights? You better believe it does. So full LEDs start on the EX Plus trim of the Kia Forte, which is 3 up from the entry level. So again, you do not have to go up too high to get really nice, just tech standard safety functions.
Absolutely. Kia has come a long way as far as reliability. Yeah, and I think that people who may say otherwise is just holding on to things that are in the past, or maybe they just need to be a little bit more in the know on what's going on in the car community.
What's the fastest you've ever been? What's the speed limit of the 403?
Good question.
100.
That's the fastest.
Yes. What? TRDO RAV4 also said this is better than the US Fortes. Yes, so I know for you guys, it's full LEDs is something you don't get in the GT line. I don't even know if you guys get it in the GT or not, but that's crazy to me. That is so crazy. How does this compete with the Honda Civic overall? They should be in the same category, right? So the Civic is definitely a little bit more pricey, that's for sure. It really comes down to, I guess, what vehicle you like better. I do think the Civic has a really good look to it. If you're looking at the SI or sportier trims, a little bit more performance as well too, but best bang for your buck, definitely the Kia Forte, best warranty Kia Forte. I do like the infotainment and technology of Kia's product as well too, but I wouldn't say one's a better car. It's just a better car for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Sean is asking, any word on the release availability of the K4? So we talked about that a little bit. Raise this up a little bit.
Still don't have a date as to when we're gonna get one, but again, like I said earlier in this video, it's not replacing the Kia Forte. Oh, Charlotte, that is.
I'm so amateur. Oh, guys, you'll never believe that I do this for work every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not replacing the Forte. It's a much bigger car, that's for sure.
It's joining it.
It's joining the Kia Forte, yeah. Let's see. Can you do a long-term review of your Kias? I actually did a follow-up of my vehicle. I want to say 2 months ago.
We can have that linked.
It's called my Kia Forte, like 55,000 kilometers later or something like that.
I don't keep any of my cars long-term enough. I'm a part of the demo program, so the max mileage I've ever put on a car in 1 year was 14,000 K. Yeah.
Cries. Let's see. 140 miles per hour or kilometers per hour, Bob? Oh, they're talking to each other. A good look on reliability. Oh boy. Everyone's talking about the fastest they've driven. It's unsafe. Anyway. All right. Well, should we end off today's video?
I think so. Okay. Does the center console have any unique features, or is it just a regular center console? Wow.
It's spacious.
Let me show you.
You can put a lot of things in here.
You're calling that basic?
Yeah. No, that's not basic. Are you kidding me?
Look at how much stuff you could
It's only
put
basic
in there
if you don't utilize the space to its full advantage.
Yeah.
There's so much.
It's the canvas, you are the artist.
terranium. Something like
Terrarium? Terrarium.
Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you on tomorrow's live stream. And you do it!